Hello and welcome to Hearthstone on PvP Live. We're back here for Game 3 between Purple and Muzzy. They just evened it up at 1-1 here. Purple with a great win from his Rogue deck.
Yeah, we saw the exact same matches. Purple played Rogue twice in a row. Muzzy played Druid twice in a row, and now they've traded off games. And you know, the fact that Muzzy mulliganed that Harrison Jones in his opening hand, very interesting stuff. You know, it's typically a key card in that matchup. What are they going to do in this game, and what's their game plans? Game number 3 with Purple and Muzzy is getting underway.
I want to see him run it back again. And yep, they're doing it.
Wow, I mean, both of these guys believe that they have an edge in this matchup the way these games are panning out. And, you know, I've heard Purple say it before. He thinks that Rogue has a significant edge in this matchup, so I think he's totally fine to see this.
Yeah, it snaps off this Azure Drake, too.
Yeah, you know, Azure Drake's such a key card in this one.
Wow.
Oh, that's an ugly opening hand, though. He's got 2 copies of Sprint, but Muzzy's hand isn't looking too much better. He's got a couple 4-drops, but nothing to accelerate that curve.
Yeah, nice little pickup from Purple here. He got an Earthen Ring Farseer if he wants to get on the board early. He's even going to be able to get some value out of it. Muzzy attacks him here on turn 2. Purple has to love seeing that.
Yeah, anytime you see Druids not ramp up their mana, always a big sigh of relief because it means that you're kind of on even footing. Second preparation
For the man that has
here.
2 sprints, you might as well have 2 preparations.
Yeah, one of these preparations I think is going to be, you know, very often used to get utility. And now on turn 3, when he doesn't see a Wild Growth or an Innervate, I think he feels very good in his hand.
This is, you can see a grin on Purple's face here. Love seeing this out of this matchup. You just get attacked twice by the Druid player.
Yeah, so this is really Muzzy's first big play onto the board here. Yeah,
Piloted Shredder, just a great one here. It's going to stick around, really challenge this Earthen Ring Farseer and leave behind a minion. So just great play from him here. And yeah, it looks like we're going to see an Azure Drake very early from Purple here. Or I'm sorry, a Lotheb.
Yeah, Lotheb's going to be the play. He wants no way for for Muzzy to check this board and starts getting aggressive very early on.
No, I like this.
Well.
I like this from Purple. He's going to be able to really push a ton of damage, make Muzzy be reactive to him, so he can really leverage his hand from here on out. It's going to give him time to use these sprints since he's so far ahead on the board already.
Micro Machine getting the drop from Muzzy here, so
it certainly packs a huge punch.
Yeah, that's likely going to be one that's going to have to be dealt with here. Tinker Sharpsword Roll gets picked up. And Purple got a lot of ways
Backstab
to potentially punish what's going on. He's going to favor holding onto this Blade Flurry about as long as he can here.
We might think about prepping this Deadly Poison.
I think so. I mean,
there's a chance. It depends on what his game plan is going from here.
Yeah, it's so tough to prep a Deadly Poison when you have this much damage in your hand too. He's got to take out the Micro Machine. Can't let that one get out of control. It's an easy minion to deal with, but you can't let it keep going.
Yeah, and Muzzy has a couple of really good options this turn. He could play an Emperor Thorson, or he could do something like, you know, attack this Earthen Ring Farseer and Sludge Belt here, get a little defensive. It's kind of scary to leave an Azure Drake around on the board for a turn though, and yeah, we're going to see some Wrath effects here.
Yeah, I mean, so scary to leave around. He's actually going to skip his turn 6 development.
Yeah, well, he's got some great turn 7, so this is almost kind of on par with what you've seen out of Muzzy.
Yeah. So, gonna pick up this Ancient Allure here. Should have drawn the card first. Did realize that he should have done that. Even going to leverage his life total a little bit here. Keep his 2/4 fresh. Love to see that, so that way it's not checked by that dagger from Purple. And now Purple, no development on the board, and Antique Healbot, not really enough to get things done so far this turn. And you can even see he's thinking about playing it, just wants to get some sort of pressure on the board, but I have to believe this is going to be a prep sprint turn.
Yeah, prep sprint turn is going to give him a ton of options here. Hopefully, you know, for him, he needs to be able to play something out of his hand this turn, though.
Yeah, so he's going to be going to 10 cards, so he has to get one of these cards, likely going to be that Deadly Poison. But, you know, he has to be fearing something like Harrison Jones in this spot. And 2 Piloted Shredders. If these were picked up on turn 4, that would have been great for him. But at this stage in the game, he's got no saps. He's got no eviscerates. How does he turn this tempo around?
Yeah, this is not a spot that I'm envying Purple being in. It's going to be, you can see him shaking his head here. It's going to be really rough. And he's thinking about that Harrison Jones that he saw here. If he Deadly Poisons, you're going to see an attack from him here, but he's going to cross his fingers and hold his breath, and Muzzy doesn't have the Harrison.
Yeah, I don't actually think he can afford an attack in this position the way this game has panned out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an attack from him there just to, you know, get some value out of his knife there in case there was something like a Harrison Jones, but you know, he decided to take the risk.
Yeah, I like he's been holding on to it instead, but now this turn in front of him, I mean, this is a lot of damage that you're looking at on the board. You have to do something about this, but it's going to cost you a lot of your resources if you want to get that done.
Yeah, we might see prep Phantom Knives here, just try to get deeper into the deck, figure out where we're going to go from here. He does have a Blade Flurry, and he has a Tinker Sharpsword Oil, so he can get it up to a lot of damage here this turn.
Yeah, been having to take some risks here so far in this matchup. He doesn't want to put a Piloted Shredder within big game hunter range also, so he just is going to favor dealing this damage and then getting this Phantom Knife. Wow, he's just actually going for the full 18 here off of this Blade Flurry as well. So there's 9 crashing in, 9 more from this Blade Flurry. He's going to take a little bit of damage from these boom bots. Yeah, you know, I said a little bit of damage. 5 is, of course, the average.
Muzzy has to be a little worried from here. I wouldn't. He's gonna let Emperor Thorson come here, but if Purple has something like double eviscerate in any other spell in his hand that allows him to also dagger up. Purple's actually, I mean, sorry, Muzzy's actually dead this turn, but yeah, I had to believe he was going to gain 5 life this turn.
Recognizes that he is under a lot of pressure, but this is looking like a pretty good turn here from Purple. You know, he has to play around 21 points of damage from Force Nature Savage Roar here too. So, you know,
which Muzzy has.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like this was going to be a double piloted Shredder turn, but since he picked up that SI7 agent, I think this is going to be.
I think this is in Purple's mind right now, and he's gonna, he decided to take the risk not to. And look, you could see Muzzy kind of sit up in his chair a little bit there.
Yeah, exact 21 on turn
and Purple
9
rolls
too.
his eyes again.
Wow, what damage come crashing through. I mean, this is the match. You're seeing this matchup happen time and time again. You know, both of these guys don't want to leave a minion on board because of how threatening it is, and you're seeing that on both sides of the board. Muzzy able to get full 21 with Force of Nature Savage Roar there, and then kind of moving forward. I mean, just Purple, we saw it in game 2, him put together that big burst damage, and the Blade Flurry turn I think was, you know, something that was very critical from him as well. But you have to be able to take care of threats, and the fact that he didn't have the utility to do that, that's what left him falling in that position.
Yeah, he didn't have any way to actually stop what was going on from Muzzy, and you know what? You have to take a risk at some point in time in those games, and you could see Purple kind of make that decision this turn. He's like, yeah, I'm dead to the combo here, but if he doesn't have it, I'm in such a good spot that I probably easily win the game from here.
Yeah, really not much else to do. I mean, we talk about risks all the time and calculated ones at that. I think that was probably his best turn to try to really get back into the game. If he plays Antique Healbot and SI7 agent, it can easily be cleared out because of the number of cards that Muzzy has, and then he also doesn't have the resilient pressure to push through some of those big taunts.
Yeah, it's not about always trying to play to not win, to not lose. Sometimes you have to play to win, actually, and I like Purple's play because, again, it puts him in the best position to win from there instead of trying not to lose.
Same thing for Muzzy, too, choosing to heal for 5 instead of drawing cards. That's coming from that. If you guys want to see these games in comparison and what's happened so far, you can head over to pvplive.net and check it out for yourselves. Full stats breakdowns, recaps, and everything you need to know about the competitive player's history is available on the website. Guys, when we come back, Muzzy is now on match point versus Archon, one of the toughest teams here in the league. Purple's going to need 2 straight if he wants to take this match home. Don't go anywhere, guys. It's our 3rd and final match of the night, and Game 4 is going to get underway. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.